Well, we were just talking about this. They made us sweat in high school, but big tests are no problem for one Palm Harbor student.
That's right. He aced everything from the AP test to the SAT. Our Jason Beisel introduces us to this young, well, we can call him a genius.
It's not about being born smart. It's more about how much effort you put into it, how much work you put into it.
16-year-old Aadith Moorthy is hardworking and humble.
Many people may think of me as smart, but that's just a relative scale. Compared to some, I may look smart, but I know that there are others who are much smarter than me.
But don't tell that to the other kids who took the AP calculus exam.
Then I opened it, and it said, "Dear Aadith, we are writing to you to inform you that you have received every single point on the BC calculus test."
A feat only accomplished by 10 other students worldwide. The material is the same you'll find in a second-year college calc course.
I can't say it more. It's all about practice. The more practice you do, the better you will do.
His father agrees.
He plans what he has to do and what are the things he has to do to get to that goal, and he simply sticks to that goal.
And this isn't the first time Aadith reached one of his goals. When he was just an 8th grader, he won the National Geographic Bee.
And my parents were extremely proud of me, and they hugged me, and we were all crying tears of joy.
And just last year, he aced the SAT, another perfect score.
I studied several new words and increased my vocab by about 5,000 new words.
That's a very impressive young man. And what I want you to draw from it is more from just a perfect score on the AP Calculus BC test. But that is highly impressive. That's a highly impressive feat. You know, if I took the test right now, I wouldn't get a perfect score. Just the focus and precision you have to have, in addition to understanding the material to get a perfect score, is quite admirable. Just the normal person that can know all the material could make some little mistake here or there. So to get a perfect score is a tremendously impressive feat. But the reason I'm showing his story is not because he got a perfect score. Again, it's a tremendous feat, but his insight on what it takes, you know, he gets it. In addition to being very intelligent, obviously, he's also very wise. He said it's not about being born smart. It's about the effort you put into it, the work you put into it. If more students embrace that particular philosophy, more students would reach their true potential. So the problem we have is every year, thousands, if not millions of students don't embrace that philosophy. They don't embrace the philosophy of working hard to absolutely maximize your intellectual potential. And some of these students, very intelligent, probably just as intelligent as the young man that was featured here, think that intelligence is enough and kind of rest on that intelligence and don't try to maximize their potential. And then we keep missing the bar. And it's really a problem for American students more than any other thing. Again, it's a philosophy. It's a mentality. It's a way of thinking about things. It's a perspective, and a lot of American students don't embrace that, putting in that maximum effort. Some do, but a lot don't. And in a lot of cases, what we see at schools in America, we see that particular philosophy embraced by students from Asian descent and students from African descent, you know, and really students that come from Asia and from Africa. It seems like the more they've been in America, whether they were born in America or a second or third generation American, the more they seem to stray away from that philosophy of putting in the maximum amount of effort. But those that are coming, you know, maybe were born in China or India or Nigeria or Ghana, those that were born in those places seem to embrace that more than those that have been in America. So it's a big problem we have for American students. And every year what I try to do is implore to them the fact you really got to really put the work in. You know, you may be smart enough to, you know, get a B or even an A in a course without putting in much work. But you still want to put the amount of work in to maximize your intellectual potential. It's like, think about a basketball player. and someone in high school that got all these great skills, and everyone can see he's a potential NBA player, but he doesn't work at it. He's not at the gym all the time. Everybody would criticize that person. It's not putting in the maximum effort. He's not going to the gym. He's not trying to improve, and he's just content on the skills he has. People would criticize him. And what we do see in America, as far as sports are concerned, is we do see a lot of kids that have very good athletic ability. They work at it. They have trainers. They do stuff outside of their school's practice. They constantly work at it. Not even in athletics and things like band and theater. We see extreme time and effort put in to get better at these things, but we rarely see it for academics. And that's something that needs to change. So just as you would criticize that basketball player that fails to put in the work to maximize his athletic potential, you should also criticize that student that fails to put in the work to achieve his intellectual potential. Just as hard as you see a young football player working to get better and to make it to college and then ultimately the pros, you should see that same drive and desire for those in academics, those that have shown some mathematical promise or some scientific promise or some linguistic promise. When you show that potential, you have to become obsessed with that field and keep working to maximize your intellectual potential. So that is the message that I want you to get out from the story of the young guy that got the perfect score on the AP calculus test. It's not about how smart you were born. It's about working for it and putting in the effort. We'll see you next time.